about energy efficiency and how we do it. Please. While they are changing the slides, let me just deliberate on it. That we are consuming a lot of electricity, and that is one thing which is adding to our expenses in the healthcare industry. We are very keen on reducing this particular expense, and for that it is important that we keep everything which we are using under efficient system. In health industry, we have equipment and we have lighting, which are the major components, and lighting takes about 40% of your electricity bill. So just listen to the talk if he is ready. With that angle, that how we can reduce our energy bills, we can save on the cost, and we can make our healthcare industry a little more efficient as far as finances are concerned. Our Prime Minister had introduced, rather pushed for it, it was already introduced, that was LED lighting, and we have been talking in last few months more about it. They have made things cheaper in that particular count, and they have asked us to use more and more LED systems. We know how LEDs work. We have been using it for quite some time, but initially they were costly. Now the cost of LEDs have gone down, and the energy they are saving as compared to the traditional system, which is now, as of CFL, is almost 60% reduction in the energy consumption. So I'll request, since the slides are ready, I'll request the speaker to proceed with it, please. There is a session for lab people, and the session is about to start, so all the lab people can go to the hall at the back of it, and they can join that session. All the people are from the laboratories, please. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Pankaj Mohan from Energy Efficiency Services Limited. I'll be talking about the energy efficiency in industry as well as basically building sector. Energy Efficiency Services Limited is a 100% public-owned company promoted by Ministry of Power, Government of India. And it has basically a joint venture of Power Grid, NTPC, REC and PFC. We are basically an implementing arm of Government of India doing the implementation of energy efficiency projects as per the policy of Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Now, the business which we are normally presently doing is domestic energy efficient lighting, street lighting. These are the two national programs which were inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister on 5th of January 2015. And other existing business areas are agriculture business, building and consulting. The new business areas which we will be doing will be the tube lights, small and medium industries, energy efficient ceiling fans, which are super efficient fans, sorry. Super efficient fans, municipal demand side management, water pumping, agriculture, solar, energy efficient chillers, and smart grid and tri-generation. Tri-generation hold a good opportunity in hotel as well as hospital industry, where you require a 24-hour power. Now, the energy conservation strategies which can be there in hospitals are for lighting, HVAC, that is your high voltage air conditioning, building controls, energy efficiency in appliances, building envelope. When we are designing a new building, you can take care through building envelope. Then energy training, energy efficiency trainings, as well as renewable energy can be a major component while designing and while implementing the energy efficient measures. This is the program which I was talking about, that this is a LED-based home lighting and street lighting program which was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister. Now I'll skip these. This is the, till date we have around 7.95 crore bulbs distributed till 17th of March 2016 in all over India, that is around 245 cities. And in street light it is around 7.24 lakh street lights which have been installed till date. Now, if I come to the building projects we have done UPSC building, Shram Shakti Bhavan, Nirman Bhavan, IP Bhavan and Niti Aayog. All these buildings were done, the retrofit was done, and the energy efficiency which was achieved was around 15 to 20%. We have already installed these in lighting, in HVAC, even air conditioners, which are your either window air conditioners or other air conditioners. All are B 5-star rated air conditioners at present, and the savings which we have got is in the ratio of 25 to 30%. Now, these are the 18 central government buildings which we are working on. We already have a tie-up for more than 100 central government buildings which we will be doing the retrofit, and it will be, the energy saving will be in the range of 25 to 30% in each of the buildings. Now, this is the one for Niti Aayog, which was before and after. And in the, if you go by for the hospitals, basically the major energy consuming centers were lighting, air conditioning, process heating, water pumping, and others. We can save basically the major energy in lighting and air conditioning. If we do these two things, then we can save around 20 to 30% of energy in hospitals as well. Because each and every building, if it is a new building, you can have it even 40 to 50% savings from the initial phase itself. But in the retrofit, we can get around 20 to 30% savings. That's it from my side. Any questions? I will be happy to answer it.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very swift. Thank you very much. Now we can deliberate on these two topics. Anybody who would like to make comments on the this calibration? Any comments on calibration? You would like to say?
I have a question on the energy saving, even though it is slightly different.
Let's take some questions on calibration of equipments, accuracy, precision. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Regarding to the calibration, I have one doubt. You said about the traceability of the report. Actually, I think the traceability is regarding depend upon the mission, what we are doing the calibration, whether it is eligible to the calibration or it is an ISO authorized mission or whatever it may be. But you tell about the interlab comparison. So the traceability of the report, maybe we can compare with the interlab comparison. It never be compared with the traceability of the equipment. Equipment is totally different, no? You said about the report comparisons. So we have to send the sample to the other laboratory and we have to know whether the traceability of the report is right or wrong. It is an interlab comparison, no?
No, interlab comparison is only comparison of reports, I agree with you.
Okay.
Because I am from the background wherein we do component measurements.
Okay, sir.
So there is an overlap there. So some of the slides prepared by me is related to components. When we take the reports and then laboratory comparison is made about the reports. So it is not with devices.
Yeah,
For example,
the traceability of the equipment means, what do you mean by the traceability?
No, traceability, equipment itself cannot be, there cannot be any traceability of the equipment.
Okay.
So I'd like to clarify that.
Thank you very
Because
much.
equipments are totally different and it is vendor dependent.
You want to make?
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Nirmali from Narayana Hridayalaya. I have a question on energy conservation. Right now, like most of the corporate hospitals are at the expanding mode, and most of the brownfield projects are taking up. So my question is, how do we control the energy usage in a brownfield project?
I think you can go for energy consultant which can guide you in while your building is coming up. They can guide you what to use and what will be the energy efficiency of those equipments.
Hello, sorry. A brownfield project like where we don't have a control in the project from the inception time. So the building is already constructed and the systems are already in place. In that kind of scenario, how do we go ahead with the energy conservation?
Then you have to go for a retrofit. That is what I have told. And then in that condition, you will get around 25 to 30% efficiency by replacing the old equipments.
Sir, regarding the equipments calibration, before purchasing, what should we look at? And after purchasing, in-house, how do we maintain it and assure the quality of the reports?
while purchasing the equipments, you have to go through the specifications fully. And
Is
while
there
ex-
any standards which we should look at whether it is authorized or not?
No, again, it depends
particular
on the
standard?
particular equipment what we are talking about. So particular equipment defines, the specification defines what we can do it. There is no single standard which we can look at for certifying equipments, devices. So what we need to do is, we have to draft what is known as an acceptance criteria, which is in line with our specification and functionality of the equipment. So equipments, as I told you, it may be multi-domain. You'll have mechanical, electrical, maybe chemical also. So there cannot be one single standard that can evolve in order to refer to a standard. It is impossible to refer to a standard. But what we can do is, we can stick to the accuracy, repeatability, and other specifications. And we have to ensure those things. The functionality we have to ensure by drafting an acceptance criteria.
I think this should be the last question on energy efficiency. I think he wants to ask.
A question for you. Do you have any experience of energy audit in a hospital? And what would be the outcome of the energy audit, and what frequency we should follow it? And how do we integrate solar energy into the system of our energy utilization?
I think he has already mentioned about this energy audit. You go with the technology which is available. 5 years back, we were depending more on CFL technology. Now we have changed to LED technology. We have to go for retrofitting, and the energy saving per unit is almost 60% for that particular. Suppose you are using a CFL of 20 or 25 watts. You can replace it with a bulb of LED which is 7 watts. So that is almost 60%, right? So similarly, then you asked about the solar, this electricity generation. There are two types of systems. One is where you are storing it also and using it in the night also, or when the production is less. The other is, suppose you have a demand load of 200 kilowatt and you have installed a plant of 20 or 30 kilowatts. In that case, you need not have a storage system. Then you can integrate it online. So whenever the light is being generated, it is being used. If it is not being used, it is taken from the main line. You have both the options. You have the options of selling it to this. But my suggestion will be, since you are buying it from the supplier at a higher rate, and if you give him, like for Delhi example I'll give you, we buy at a rate of 11 rupees per unit. And if I sell it to the DISCOM, they will give me only 6 or 7 rupees per unit. So there is no point in my selling it to them and buying at a higher rate. So whatever I'm producing, I will use it in my own system. We can deliberate more on it, but the sessions are waiting. So I'll request the next team to be ready and organizers to get the things going. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. May I request the chairpersons to please hand over a memento to the speakers. May I request Dr. Kalra, CEO of NABH, to hand over mementos to the chairpersons.